You're listening to the Just Wins podcast, where we discuss winners, black bookers, and much more. Enjoy the show.
Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying! Yes! There's history!
But a champion becomes a legend! Makoni Debra's won it! The pride of Australia is the greatest show on earth.
Welcome back, everyone, for Just Wins podcast update, 20th June 2020. Big week this week. Lee, who is usually our Flemington or Melbourne expert, he's off this week he's out with his old man, who's a dear friend of ours, having a massive dinner and probably a few skulls. So we have got Adam here. How you going, Adam?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Blake. How are you, mate?
Yeah, mate, not too bad. I've got Lee's tips and I've got to try and sort of work them in together. And so it's going to be a bit of an interesting process, but I'm sure we can get through. But I think first, how'd you go last week?
Yeah, just before I get into it, just wish Neil a happy birthday. Hope he's listening. Anyway, for last week, no good, mate. We were close to the mark with most of them. We had two place getters with Art Cadeau, just got beaten late, just got beaten by a better one on the day. The horse of Matt Dunn's got it in the highway, ran well though, and also had a cross Dubai run a place there, at a decent price. Looks like he might be one to follow as he gets into his prep and up and trip. And also Matawi in the same race, he ran fifth, went quite well too. Probably be ready to peak third up. The big disappointment though was my best bet, Lashes. She was ordinary. She didn't give much of a kick, but in saying that too, she didn't get the best of rides there. So I might forgive her for that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, old Lashes. She was well backed and just couldn't do the job. And Art Cadeau's been knocking on the door and keeps knocking, but
loves a second.
Yeah, but I think you've got to take out of it that third was well behind him, and it should be winning with a similar ride soon. And Huey keeps blowing the jockeys away again in Sydney. He's always picking up one or two per week on the Saturday, and they're usually at good odds. So
that's it. The thing with him is getting getting the right ones, isn't it? He seems to be getting them at a price, but I just can't catch the right ones with him at the moment. So hopefully I don't have one this week, but hopefully we catch him soon.
Yeah, you'll get him. Don't worry. And Lee in where was he? He was at the Valley. Smoke Bomb absolutely smoked him early on. Just won by about 2.5 lengths, I think.
Never in doubt, mate. It was as soon as they jumped, it didn't miss the kick this time, and Carr sent it to the front, and yeah, just looked home about halfway through the race.
Oh yeah. So Lee was free rolling, and he had a few roughies in there that went no good, but hopefully that'll give him some confidence going into this week. And from my point of view, I had my first nudie run for the podcast with a big fat donut, a big zero. What did I tip? Bloody hell.
You're unlucky with Nick and Nova, mate.
Yeah, well, Concealed was Sydney horse came up and was 7 out to about $14 and was sweating up and produced absolutely nothing. So it obviously didn't travel well in the float, and I guess that's probably the negative of tipping on a Thursday night sometimes. Sky Horse was useless. Fenner Girl's just a gun. I don't know.
She's a star.
I don't know how good she's going to go down south. She's still got to fill out. She's got a big heart, but yeah, it's going to be interesting either way.
I think they're a bit hopeful, thinking Caulfield Cup, etc. She'll have to improve a lot for that, but she's definitely a promising filly, and I feel that 2,000 metre mares race during Cups week will be right down her alley. So see how she goes.
Yeah, it could be something for her there. And then Nick and Nova, dead set. That was probably one of the worst beats I've had in probably a couple of years. Like to sit 3 wide, no cover against that field on the quick backup, and like on the turn I thought, oh well, he's going to run 10th, and he just kept coming and got done in a head bob. That was brutal. So,
and he's as tough as nails, that horse. So it was a tough effort to run second.
Yeah, and I thought for sure they'd head for the Glass House in a few weeks' time. He'd cop 60, but he'd be well in it. But they've also talked about possibly a run down south, but you never know. Anything else we should follow, Adam?
Oh, nothing in particular for me, mate. I just wanted to quick mention, even though it blew us all out in the banter race last week, but how good is it to see a battler like Barry Square pick up a group win? I just think that's awesome. That's what racing's all about, and yeah, the story behind that was tremendous. I really like seeing those.
Yeah, he's about 72 or 74.
79, mate. 79.
79. I was giving him too much credit, but and old Glenn Collis, he'd be probably mid-50s. So,
yeah, he hasn't ridden in town in ages and comes back to town and wins a Group 2. How good.
Yeah, and old Lovely Lucy, I was on her the first couple of runs in her prep, and then obviously as she kept stepping up, she was getting the big odds and fell off her. But that's just what happens in this game sometimes. She definitely deserved it. Put it that way. For me, nothing really else to go on from that, and it's gonna be a bit tricky up here, up north, with this Winter Cardinal all over. But I thought what we'd do first is we'd get into Lee's tips for this week. And he's down in Flemington. Do you know what Flemington is rated at the moment, Adam?
It's a soft 5, mate. My understanding, I had a quick look. I think it's meant to be decent weather down there. Just let me have a quick check. But yeah, it is definitely a soft at the moment. The rail's out 11 the entire circuit, so that'll be interesting to see how it plays. But yeah, I'm just pretty sure there was some rain expected at some stage down there. I'll just quickly double check when it was.
It's
not till
Melbourne,
Sunday.
There's always rain.
Not till Sunday, apparently. But yeah, you never know down there, do you?
Yeah. All right. Well, Flemington Race 2 is his first tip. Cherry Tour Tony. It's $3.90, and he's going to have that for 1 unit. What's he said for it? This is great listening. He says, mentioned this horse a few weeks ago after it won impressively, and that form has stacked up with 2 subsequent winners coming from it. Those horses running 5th and 8th in a CT race, whatever that means. Not a Zach running well, 3rd in the Valley, step up and trip. Big track, middle draw, all ticks with natural progression. It could be winning this and plenty more in the future. So that's race 2, number 3, Cherry Tour Tony at $3.90.
He's got the right jockey trainer combo there, so fingers crossed for him.
Yeah. So we go to race 6, number 3, Alfaris at $8 and $2.80. He's having 1 unit each way on that, so he's pretty keen. Looks to set up really well for him in this. Gee, that sounds like his last comment, doesn't it? Third up, stats read excellent with 3 wins from 4 goes, including a 2,500 metre win at the track. Has been good in his 2 runs back, only beaten under 3 lengths. And last start, ran home in the best race sectionals to run 5th behind Mohammedeus or Mohammedides. Or I always get that mixed up.
You're right the first time, mate.
Right the first time. I'll never be a race caller. He draws well and be appreciative of the step up and trip and back to Flemington. So that's race 6, number 3, Alfaris. And then he's thrown one out of left field here, and he even says that. Race 9, number 6, Snitzcraft at $15 and $4 for half unit each way. Tips it out of nowhere, but I have a good feeling about him this week. Phil Stokes, he's good, isn't he? Keeps talking about how well he's going, and he was the best in the yard last start and ran quite well. Fought really hard through the line against Brazado, and Brazado killed him. Lee tipped him that week. Dry track is a positive and should be up on the speed, and it doesn't look too over the top, that speed. So that's race 9, number 6, Snitzcraft. That's it so far. He's got a couple of roughies later. I think he's going to... Yeah, I think he's got race 8, number 10, More Than Exceed. It's $20 and $5.50. He's just having 0.25 of a unit each way. Put a line through it last start when he was back and wide. Never a hope at the Valley. Yeah, you really can't be back there at the Valley. You got to get that out of your system. Obviously going well if they've backed him up, and looks a good race. Start 4 finished half length off the winner, and 3rd and 4th in that race have won since, including Vacillator, who is a very good horse. Even though he hasn't won at Flemington over the distance, his form is good. He can settle a bit further forward than last start, and the only other time he's run on a quick backup, he's won. So that's Race 8, number 10, More Than Exceed. Adam, what do you think about them?
Yeah, mate. No, looks like he's got a few good chances. Is a More Than Exceed tip? Is that one of the 20-1 long shots he's throwing out this week, or is that just a bet?
He's just that confident. He's throwing it out there on itself, and that's a nice little segue, Adam, to our new segment. That's I forgot to mention at the start of the introduction, but we're going to play a bit of Roughie Roulette later on. But
yeah,
I thought I'd go to you now in Sydney. What have you got for us this week, mate?
Yeah, mate. Royal Randwick this week. We're going to have a wet track again, unfortunately. I think that's about 3 weeks in a row we've been playing on heavy tracks. So not ideal in my opinion, but we'll be trying our best. The track is rated a heavy 9 at the moment. They do expect the weather to be mostly clear until Saturday. So I'm hopeful it'll improve slightly. But yeah, I'm expecting heavy 8, soft 7 at best. The rail's true. So hopefully, yeah, the track will play a bit better than it did a fortnight ago. A fortnight ago, it was a bit of a strange track, but that day, from memory, the rail was out about 6 metres. So hopefully, we get a fairer surface this week. My first tip and my best bet comes up in race 4. Number 1, the top weight, Mount Popper, the Big Popper. I'll be calling him the Big Popper if he can get up for me.
Yep.
He's an import. This horse. He's second up. His first up run was down in Melbourne at Flemington a fortnight ago, and yeah, he went really well over the 1400. Really found the line late, and it was just a good first up run in this country after a long spell. The big tick for me this week is up to 2,000 metres. All his form overseas in France is over 2,000 to 2,400. So getting to that trip second up is ideal. That race last start, he didn't have a lot of room either, so that added more merit to his performance. The horse that ran second was Holbein. We all know last week he came out and won the 1,600 metre race there in the Moonee Valley, carrying a big weight. So hopefully he can, take the next step and get his first win in Australia for us at about $3.40.
Yeah, you having 2 units on that?
Let's go 1.5.
1.5 at $3.40, and yeah, the Hawks team like going between Melbourne and Sydney, and they have a knack of picking these up. So yep, that's a good tip to start with.
Thank you, mate. Just in the highway again. We've been tipping in the highway the last couple of weeks, but we're going to go again. Hopefully, get the winner this week. And race 2, number 5, Keen Power for Matt Dunn and J-Mac. This horse, very promising 3-year-old. He 2 weeks ago in the highway, he was very good. He didn't have a lot of room, had a checkered path in the straight, but he ran on really strongly there over the 1,100 on a soft track. Quite unlucky not to win. So I'm pretty confident this week, up to 1,200, good gate. Hopefully he jumps well and they can settle in midfield. And yeah, hopefully he's just too good for him.
Yeah, and J-Mac will get a massive plug on the Channel 7 racing from his missus as usual.
Yeah, mate, I'm sure the Channel 7 watchers are sick of hearing about it, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be the same old story again.
Yeah, well, hopefully for us he gets the job done. So that's race number 2, number 5, Keen Power at $3 for 1 unit.
1.25, please, mate.
1.25.
Just
make it difficult.
I want to test your mathematics out.
I get tested reading out other people's tips, and I get tested doing all the maths on it as well. So why not?
Poor guy, doing it tough. And then I've got one more tip. It's not big value, but it's each way value in race 3. So we're going to be busy there. Race 2, 3, and 4 back to back. But yeah, race 3, number 3, Broken Arrows for Pfeiffer and McAvoy. This horse has been beaten behind Adelong in its first 3 runs this prep, and it's on the quick backup this week. I feel it's ready to win. It was, if you watch the replay last start, it was extremely unlucky. Just simply never saw daylight, was held up, really wasn't tested at all. So hopefully we get a bit better luck this time. And I think down to 1,000 is a little bit of a doubt, but there's a hell of a lot of speed in this race. If you have a look, you've got things like Witherspoon, Zanaya, all stand that all want to lead. So I think the speed's going to be hot, and I think this horse will be sprouting wings late and hopefully getting up for us. If you also look at its form, fourth, get my words right, 4th up last prep, it won on the quick backup as well. Similar profile to what we have here. It backed up in a week on the Kensington track and actually beat Trumbull, who we know is a good horse. So I think that reads quite well. And at $6.50 each way price, I think we can have half a unit each way and get a result.
Yeah, David Pfeiffer, he's a very underrated trainer, that bloke. I mean, I think there was a good punter out there on him last week, so I'm sure he'll back up, and I think this week will be the week he gets the chocolates now that Adam's had a go at him.
Absolutely, and just quickly too on Pfeiffer. He's had Tommy Berry on him the first 3 starts this prep, and Berry's obviously a good jockey, but Pfeiffer's got an unbelievable strike rate when he pops McAvoy on, something like 30%.
Yeah,
so
he does. Yep.
I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've seen that plenty over the past. Is that just all you got there at Randwick so far, mate?
That's all, mate, and we'll come back to the long shot later.
All right. I forgot to do Lee's summary, so for those people out there that are taking notes, get your pad and pen out. We've got Flemington, race 2, number 3, Cherry Tortoni at $3.90. Race number 6, number 3, Alfaris at $8 for a unit each way. And race 9, number 6, Snitzcraft at $15 for half a unit each way. And then race 8, number 10, More Than Exceed at $20 for 0.25 of a unit each way, just to make it a bit interesting. And then we go to Adam at Randwick, where it's raining again. His best bet is in race 4, number 1, Mount Popper or Poper. You'll have to look that up, Adam, later. For $3.40 for 1.5 units. Race 2, number 5, Keen Power for $3 at 1.25 units. And then race 3, number 3, Broken Arrows at $6.50 and $2.25 for half a unit each way. Thank you very much, mates. We're off to Doomben now. It's currently a soft 6. The rail out 2.5 metres. There's been a few showers up here, so probably expect soft 5 or 6 on Saturday, so very much what it is now. With the rail out of touch and a bit of give in the track, I want horses to sit handy, but not necessarily in the prime position on the rail. And as I said earlier in the piece, it gets a bit tricky this time of year, just after the carnival, when you've got resuming horses coming back and then also horses that are coming to the end of their prep. So there's a lot of different form lines. I'm a bit like you boys this week. I'm finding my best bet early, which is usually quite unusual, but we've got race 2, Hold the Line at $2.05. I'm going to have a couple of units on that. They've ridden him a lot quieter this prep, which has been met with a lot of bad luck in running and in much higher grade than Saturday's assignment. First up, he jumped okay from barrier 9 and was ridden back with cover, producing a huge finish behind Panino at Caloundra, who was backed off the map that day. Second up, he jumped on terms and was restrained back in the field to find just rump the whole way up straight. A real forgive run. On Saturday, we've got a small field. I think there's only 7 there. Barrier 2 again, soft conditions is no problem. I think he should be going too good for these for 2 units in race 2, Hold the Line. Second tip, we've got race 3, the one after that. So we're going to have them going, left, right and centre early on, boys.
Yeah, we're very, very busy.
Very busy. Race 3, Champagne Vega at $9 and $3.20. I'm going to have 0.75 of a unit each way on that. I black booked him off his run 3 starts ago behind Dissolution, where the jock had to get him moving at the 800 metres to go around the field. He flattened out at the top of the bend and then came again just miss in the end. Next up was on the heavy and he went okay, but then last start he produced probably his best run, beaten 0.6 of a length behind Stardome. He gets in well in the weights against Stardome and Galtiro, who beat him last week. And they're the 2 big guns again this week. But most importantly, he gets the services of Jimmy Byrne, who's a gun, especially at Doomben. And it's going to be a soft deck, which he prefers. He'll be sitting midfield somewhere, and you'll just be watching out for him late. So pretty keen with him this week at each way odds. Race 7, going with the Chris Lee's train, Frozen in Time, coming down from Sydney at $5.50. I'm going to have a unit, a win straight out on him. He probably brings the strongest form into this race, apart from Say Higher or Haya, who finished towards the tail in the Mick Titman Stakes. Frozen in Time's previous Sydney form, she was caught 4 wide with no cover and was super brave to only be run down late, by an impressively bred I'm Invincible filly of Waller's, who's come out flying. Frozen in Time jumps well, which helps considering she draws awkwardly in barrier 9 on Saturday, but there looks enough speed inside of her to really string the field out, and hopefully she finds some cover, and obviously the wetter the better for her. Yeah, she'll be going good, and at $5.50, I'm willing to have a 1 unit bet on her. So that is for the summary. Doom at race 2, hold the line at $2.05 for 2 units to win. Race 3, Champagne Vega at $9 and $3.20 for 0.75 units each way. And race 7, Frozen in Time, $5.50 for a unit straight out.
Nice.
All right. That was that was challenging, but we've got to that. And now we're on to the next segment. We need some sort of intro there, so
yes,
I'll make sure Lee gets onto that. The next segment's called Roughie Roulette, and it was inspired by one of our loyal followers last week who commented on a roughie that got up for him at very nice odds.
Knocked me off. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it knocked Dadsy off, so he was disappointed in himself, but happy for the punter out there.
Yeah, good win. Well done, mate.
Well done. And so what we're going to do is each week, us 3 boys are going to tip something at $20 or over, and we're going to have 0.5 of a unit or half a unit each way on them, and that'll count in our stats. And it's got to be at one of our specialty tracks or around the ground, so we're not stomping on each other's turf. For those followers out there, we really want you guys to get involved in this, and we want to make it something big. So if you guys are following, we want you to comment your selection in the previews. You only get one chance at it, so, no mucking around. But if your first selection gets up, you'll get a special mention in the podcast, which is obviously gold.
Bloody oath.
And we're going to throw in $50 towards your play up account. If you guys don't have a play up account, DM us or direct message us for those people who don't know what DM is, or check out our website on www.justwins.com.au. Click on the banner, go through there, sign up, and you'll be in the draw if you get these right. So let's start with you, Adam, because I need a drink.
No worries, mate. Hey, take it, Brad. I'll take over here. Definitely to all those out there, make sure you get involved in this. There's nothing beats getting a roughie up. So if we can get heaps of people involved and heaps of chat about it, it'll be it'd be really, really exciting. A bit of fun for the Saturday.
$50 might keep going up in value. You just never know.
That's it. Especially if it takes off. So that's what we need. Where I'm going, guys. If it was a $15 horse challenge, I would have found plenty for us at Sydney, but I couldn't get anything to meet the $20 criteria in Sydney. So I've ended up over in Perth, over in Belmont, and we're coming up in race 2. There's a hot favourite in this, and I will admit it's going to be very hard to beat. It's $1.30 though, and the horse I'm going to back with my long shot bet this week is number 2, Miss Ivy League for Michael Lane. Okay, and Kyra Ewell. I think that's how you say her name. It is $20 on the dot. The reason I'm tipping this horse, okay, each way, as I said, it's probably more likely going to be running second, but hopefully we can knock off the favourite. I've seen it happen before. Its first start here with the blinkers, okay, and last start it was beaten behind the favourite, but yeah, it was 3 wide with no cover. It gave a good kick, but about the 200, it started to tire. So I'm hopeful this week with the blinkers on, we'll be able to get across and hopefully lead this field. If not, just sit outside the lead or just behind the speed and, hopefully get a better run and give a good kick. And if not win, at least hang on for a second or third. So see how we go.
All right, mate. That'll be some sort of a knockoff there if you can get that one up. But bloody hell, rain and fire into $1.30. It'll be some sort of
trying our best. It is a wet track over there too, and it has only had the one win, and that was on a soft track. So maybe the rain or fire mightn't like the water because fire and water don't normally mix too well.
Oh, good one, Dadsy. Loving it. All right, and Lee has gone with, he's stuck to Flemington, and he's in race 7, number 4, High Stranger at $35 and $9. He's trying to beat us. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get one over the top of us there.
Big price.
But yeah, I don't know why he's tipping it. I'm just going to put it out there. He's probably got something written down, but I can't find it right now. I am sticking to Doomben race 8. Roman Aureus at $17, and I know that's not $20.
That's not $20, mate.
That's not $20. It's gonna be $20 on Saturday. So just take top tote people, and it'll be $20. See how that works?
Oh, the goalposts move.
Because I'm making the rules. The goalposts can move. That's the way it works. Doomben race 8. This race is like a raffle, absolute raffle. You've got the likes of Garibaldi, who's been up for a while and lugging 60 kilos. You've got Calic, who's a good horse, but last race was really average, I thought, to be $7 in this. And you got Iced, who has been running well, but he's drawn wide and he hasn't been over this distance winning yet. Roman Aureus was scratched midweek after drawing wide. Cassidy sticks after piloting him to a soft maiden win at Gold Coast. And I know you're probably saying it's only a maiden win at the Gold Coast, but he really run it softly, and it was in good time, which makes up for that level of grade. The previous run, fitness gave out late, and he was beaten 0.75 of a length. And that winner last start missed the start and ran home quite well in a really good race. I think Roman Aureus at $17, being by Red Element out of a Dodge mare, any rain's going to help it, and you just never know in these open fields. So that's our 3 for the first edition of Roughie Roulette. That'll come to me a bit quicker next time, but I'll go over it. Adam, Belmont Race 2, Miss Ivy League at $20 and $3.90. Lee has gone Flemington Race 7, number 4, High Stranger at $35 and $9. And Just Wins has gone for Doomben Race 8, Roman Aureus. Don't know the number. At number 12. Number 12 at $17. All right, mate. Have you got anything around the ground?
No, that was me this week, mate. I'm all out.
Yeah, I'm all out too. But Lee's always got his Belmont tips up his sleeve, so I better go through them. He's going another all up this week. He's got to get one of these all up.
He's due. Yeah, he's due.
He's well due. We've gone race 1, number 9, Western Rhythm. Pretty sure that's a pikey horse.
Yeah, that's a pike. It's second start. It ran second at Belmont, beating the nose at its first start, running on strong.
$1.95, and then into race 3, number 6, Showmanship. That's another pike, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, that's one of my black bookers that I've been spruiking. So yeah,
you can't spruik a $1.27 shop, can you?
No, but I spruiked it as a potential Group 1 horse in the Perth summer. So that's where
you better
I was.
win this if it's a potential Group 1 horse.
Yeah, benchmark 72 would be bolting in.
And then we've got race 4, number 5, KC at $1.60, who won last start for Lee as well. So haven't done the maths, but I think it's about $4, and he's going to have 2 units on it. So he's supremely confident. Mate, that was some effort.
We've done well. You've done well, mate. Good work.
I'm going to go back, watch some football now, and hoping we get a winner. But more importantly, thanks everyone out there, all the followers, for giving us some feedback. We've been taking it on board as best as we can. We are beginners in the trade. However, we're trying to do our best, and hopefully we can start knocking the winners out of the park. I think the last couple of weeks we've been a bit sideways, but before that we're going well, and that doesn't mean in the future we can't kick them over the line. But I think we've got some good tips there on the weekend.
Fingers crossed.
Broken arrow, so we'll see how we go. All right, thanks for joining us again, Adam.
Thank you, mate.
And thanks, followers out there. Remember to comment on the preview of your $20 or over Roughie and get onto that play up. And good luck in the competition. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and get involved in the comments. Best of luck and happy punting.
Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying. Yes, there's history.
But a champion becomes of Australia is the greatest show on earth.